In this lesson, we will understand how to handle files in C language. We will create a file, write text to it, and will also read it. With examples, let us start. So let us understand how to handle files in C. First, we will see what is file handling. Then we will create a file and also learn to close it. Then we will write to a file, and in the end we will read the same file. File handling in C is a crucial concept, especially when you need to store data permanently on a disk. It involves creating, opening, reading from, writing to, and closing files. To work on files in C, we have the fopen method that is part of the stdio.h header file. If you want to use it, you need to declare a pointer of data type file. A file pointer is used to keep track of the current position in the file. Here the syntax is visible. We have used the fopen method. It is used to open a file. After that, you need to mention your file name, that is the file path, and then comes your mode. So the file mode is represented by a single character, that is to read a file, mention R, to write to a file, mention W, and to append a file, mention A. You need to mention this after the file name. So this was the syntax of the fopen method to open a file. Let us see how we can create and close a file. We just saw the fopen method, so the same method is used to create a file. But initially you need to mention the mode W. Also you need to close a file you open. For that, use the fclose method. So here we are taking an example of a file, myfile.txt, in the E drive. Remember that you can create a file in any drive, whether it's D, E, F, okay. Also you need to use the backslash for the path. Remember on VS Code, you need to use the double backslash for the path. So let us first see an example and create a file in C language. We will open and close a file. Here is our VS Code. We added all our codes in the Amit project folder. Let us create a new file. Right click, new file, demo44.c. I'll add the comment. Create and close a file in C. Let us add the header file. So we only need to mention this, the following header file, because fopen, that is the methods related to file handling, is a part of the stdio.h header file. Okay. Mention the main function. Now I told you the file pointer. This file pointer keeps track of the current position in the file. Now we will create a file. I'll give it a name, myfile.txt. The pointer, we will use the following. Now write fopen and within this mention the path. So a file will create in the following path. Let me first create a folder. So here I'll go to E drive. Now create a folder Amit. Right click, new folder. I'll name Amit. Now your file will get created inside it. Following is the path E Amit. I'll copy and I'll paste it. After that I'll mention the name of the file I want. So it is myfile.txt. So I told you in VS Code you need to add double slash. You can see the color difference. Okay, so I'll add double slash and it will work. Now our file will get created in the Amit folder. I told you we need to close the file. So we will use the fclose and mention the fp in it. Here the following fp is a pointer to a file object. Okay. In C, when you work with files, you use file pointers to keep track of the file and the current position within the file. This file is a data type defined in the standard input-output library, that is stdio.h. This is used to represent a file. The asterisk before fp indicates that fp is a pointer to a file object, and fp here is the name of the file pointer variable. Okay, that is the following: semicolon and return. File, save. Okay. Now here, can you see any file? No. Under E drive, Amit. It will get created. I'll run. Right click, run. Now after running, I'll go to the same path. And now you can see my file.txt created with no text, 0 KB. Because we just created it. Okay. In this way, guys, we can easily create a file in C language. The file is empty since we did not add any text to it. We created this file in the E drive folder. The folder is Amit and the size is 0 KB. Now we will write to a file using the fprintf method. To write, you need to first open the file in W mode. I already told you about the modes. It's a single character. So to write, just mention W. We need to set the pointer in fprintf and also the text to be written to the new file myfile2.txt. So we are here creating a completely new program and a new file myfile2.txt in the same folder. So let us see. Now I'll create a new file. Right click, new file, demo45.c. Okay. Write to a file in C. I'll take the same program. Okay. Right click, copy, right click, paste. Now what I'll do, this is similar, the file pointer. Now I'll open a file. So this file would be myfile2.txt. Okay, as you can see, it does not exist. So it will get created. After that, we will write. After that, the file pointer and then the text. That's it. I'll save. So we need to also close it. That's why fclose is written. We already discussed that. Okay, it should be fprintf. File, save, right click, run. Let's go here. And now we have our myfile2.txt. With the text, this is the demo text. Let us open it. You can edit in Notepad or Notepad++. Let's say I'll open in Notepad. So this is the text. Okay, we added the text. This is the demo text in the file myfile2.txt. So in this way, guys, we can write to a file. So guys, we successfully created the myfile2.txt file and added the text. This is the demo text. Here the file is also visible, myfile2.txt, in the same Amit folder. Now we will see how to read a file in C language. To read a file in C, use the fopen method with the mode R. So here the mode is R, that means read. And you need to close the file in the end. What we will do here, we will read the second file which was having the text. This is the demo text. We will print the same text to the console. That means reading the file. We will create a new program and use the same file, myfile2.txt, and read it. Let's see. I'll create a new file. Right click, new file, demo46.c. Read a file in C. First we added the header file, the main function. We will use the file pointer. We already discussed about this. fp is equal to fopen. We will open the same file, okay? I'll take the code from here. Copy. Paste. Okay. Now what we will do? We will use R mode. Open a file and read with the mode R. Now we will read the file. Create a while loop. We already discussed while loop in the loop lesson. Use fgets and within that mention the following. Now what is this? This is a variable. Okay. str is our character array. This will store the content of the file. Okay. Here we have used fgets. The fgets is used to read a string from a file. It reads up to n-1 characters from the file stream and stores them into the buffer pointed to by str. Here str is a pointer to a character array, the following, where the read string will be stored. I should mention 30 here. The following is the maximum number of characters to read, including the null terminator. The following is the pointer to the file object from which to read, that is the following. So we will read a line from a file using this. So we will just print it. Since it is a string, we will use %s and str, that's it. This will read the file and display. Okay. Close the file using fclose. That's it. Now what will happen? This is the demo text will print on console. Let us run, right click, run. This is the demo text printed. Okay, that was the content of this file. So in this way guys, we can read a file in C language. We have used fgets method for it. In this lesson we saw what is file handling in C, how we can create a file, write to a file and read a file. Thank you for watching the video.